Good afternoon. Thank you for turning in to Daniel's Inferno. Today's little helper is Zap Brannigan. For those of you who don't know, Zap is an imbecile space pilot from the show Futurama. I recommend you watch it if you haven't seen it before. The reason I show you Zap today is because a former US president has decided to stick his hands in the Canadian elections. And let me tell you folks, I am just beyond pissed off. I cannot believe a former president of the United States would have the gall to try to influence Canadians' opinions when this individual probably has no idea of any candidate at all. So let's get into today's show. I'm going to start off by showing you this tweet. Barack Obama says, "I was proud to work with Justin as president. He's a hard-working, effective leader who takes on big issues like climate change. The world needs his progressive leadership now, no, and I hope our neighbors to the north support him for another term." Now, many of you might be thinking, what's the big deal? Obama's a private citizen. Obama has the right to do this. Well, here's the big deal, guys. Look up on my screen here. This is the Canadian Elections Act. It is quite a long document that I myself have skimmed over quite a few times and have begun reading it to a larger extent to understand the ramifications of what has happened. In this paragraph here, for undue influence by foreigners, no person or entity referred to in any of paragraphs A to E shall, during an election period, which we are in, unduly influence an elector to vote or refrain from voting, or to vote or refrain from voting for a particular candidate or registered party at the election. Now, A to E. An individual who is not a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident as defined in subsection 2(1) of the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act and who does not reside in Canada. So Obama falls under A. B. A corporation or entity incorporated, formed or entitled organization outside Canada that does not carry on business in Canada or whose primary purpose in Canada during an election period is to influence electors during that period to vote or refrain from voting, or to vote or refrain from voting for a particular candidate or registered party at the election. Obviously, Obama is not an entity, a corporation or entity incorporated. However, you could argue that his star power during his term as president, and just the fact that he was a president at all, means he has the influence of a corporation. It could be argued. I'm not arguing that. However, there are points to be made along that line. C. A trade union that does not hold bargaining rights for employees in Canada, not him. A foreign political party, or you could argue that Obama, being the former president of the Democratic Party, might fall under that. A foreign government or an agent or mandatory of a foreign government. Well, let's see. Obama was the president. To me, that's a former government. And it's a foreign government. No, it's not current. I understand that. But can you think of it like this? If during the US elections, where it was Romney versus Obama, can you, not that many people in the States really follow Canadian politics, and I understand that, but can you even begin to imagine how angry Americans would be if Harper had said, "Hey guys, vote Romney. I know Romney, I've worked with Romney, he's a great guy." Obama has no idea of any Canadian issues. In fact, many current Canadian problems that are going on are ramifications of Obama. And I call him Obama because that was one of his two popular nicknames. Deporter-in-chief for having some of the most deportations during his time as president, and Obama for having some of the most drone strikes in history. How dare you, Obama, try to influence Canadians? How dare you try to influence our decisions when you don't understand our climate, you don't understand our culture, you don't understand us and our problems and our everyday struggles. For you to come out and say to vote for Trudeau when Trudeau has nothing to his name at all. You know what Trudeau can rest on? What laurel he can rest on? Is the fact that he had a diverse cabinet, a 50-50 female to male cabinet. Whoop-de-frickin-do, guys. I don't care if you're female, male, transgender, gay, what you are. I care about your qualifications and how well you can do your job. Trudeau has not done his job. He has failed Canadians as a prime minister. He is, at every turn, he has shown himself to be a tribalist imbecile. Very similar to Zach Brannigan, praising himself and patting himself on the back, yet to everyone around him a bumbling buffoon. My guess is Obama has dementia. Thank you for tuning in today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm Daniel's Inferno.